If you're thinking of buying or selling in the Portland metro area, right here where I'm at right now, then this video is for you. The new numbers are out for December of 2023, and boy, are they kind of a surprise. My name's Aaron Cullen. I'm a local real estate agent right here in Portland, Oregon. So if you guys are looking to buy or sell, go ahead and reach out. My information's right down there in the description. Okay, let's get right into it. Let's scroll over here to the first page, months in inventory. Now, this gives you a great snapshot of how much inventory we have. And here we are, December, last month of 2023, 2.7 months of inventory. So that went down. If you look statistically, that usually happens, but we went down quite a bit more than usual, 2.7 months of inventory. And if we scroll down here to the residential trends, this is comparing December from November of 2023, just a 1 month difference there. You can see, look at this, new listings down 44%. Now, obviously that's going to contribute very, very heavily to this 2.7 months of inventory on the market, because guess what? Listings were down 50%, almost 50% less listings in December from November. That's a lot. Now, I think that trend is gonna reverse. It always usually does come springtime. The question is, how quickly is that gonna reverse? Are we gonna start seeing a lot more inventory coming on the market as we get into January? I sure hope so. I think there will be, so we'll wait and see what happens. It's already really starting to heat up because there's a lot less inventory on the market here in December. I've had a lot of clients putting in offers and calling me up and saying, hey, I'm ready to buy, let's get to it right after the new year. So it's been very active, very busy just that first week in January. So a lot of these properties that are on the market, are getting picked up. So I think as other agents see that and have clients that are wanting to list or holding off on that, maybe they'll start to list a little bit sooner. Hopefully so. So the next line item is pending sales. That's down 9%. Obviously, we have almost 50% less listings, so pending sales is down as well. The average sales price went down about 1.6%. And again, I like to focus on the median sales price. That way you don't have these big, $3 million, $5 million, $8 million properties that are kind of, tilting the scales here. So I like to look at the median sales price, which gives a little better indication, down 0.5%, and then inventory is down almost 1 month. They're at 0.8, and total market time went up 5 days. Then if we come down here and look at December 2023 compared to 2022, the previous 12 months, you can see just comparing those, the new listings are down 4.5% from last December, and pending sales are up 8.5%, closed sales down 9%, average sales price, well, let's look at the average and median sales price, basically the same here at 3.5%. Now here's our heat map. So let's look where most of the properties being bought and sold in that $300,000 to $800,000 price range. That's where most of the properties are bought and sold this month and last December of 2022 and December of 2021. You can see there were a lot more properties being bought and sold in the higher price point here. And if you remember, that's when we had the market was going crazy and we had really high bidding and properties were going for a lot over market price. So let's look at our market time right here. Here we are at 60 days, 2023. You can see right here in December, we're at 60 days. Now the previous month of November, that was 55, and now we're up to 60. The median sales price of $525, November it was $527, $600, and closed sales $1,300. November was about $1,300. The pending sales though were down from November to December. And the new listings were way, way, way down at 1,000. In November, we had about 1,800. So year to date for 2023, we had almost 30,000 listings that year for 2023. And you can see in 2022, we had 36,000 listings, so quite a bit more. And you can see for the year of 2022, the average days on market is 29. For 23, it was 47. But real estate is local. I like to give you guys, hey, what's going on in the market right now, just so you can kind of get a comparison of how that's kind of stacking up, and maybe you can make your own connections there and assumptions of which way the market's going. So here we are in orange, 2023 listings, and now obviously this is the beginning of January, so we'll have a new color here next month and start the chart all over again. But you can see, this is the seasonality trends right here, pretty much, right? So January, February, it starts to pick up, and then here we are in spring. The amount of active residential listings picks up each month. We had higher and higher amount of listings, and then it always peaks out July, August, September area, and then it starts to come down, down, down. Now this is the amount of active residential listings, because more people are just going to be listing in the springtime and the summer. So you can see here, if you look at the numbers for 2023, they're pretty steadily coming up, 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 almost all the way across, and we kind of peaked out in October, and then it slowly started to come down in November. It was actually a very flat market in November, not a ton of activity. That's when we had our, like mid-October was when we hit like the highest interest rate of like over 8%. And then it started to come down in December, and you can see some like properties coming off the market, plus not a lot of new properties coming on the market. So it's kind of so we're getting a combination of both of those effects. Now here we are just at the beginning of January, but there's already a lot of properties coming off the market that were listed in December, November, December, maybe on the market for a long time, doing some price decreases. And just in this first week, I've seen a lot of them coming off of the market very quickly. So unless we start getting more inventory in January, I would expect that market inventory to be down even more than it was in December. But again, let's see. Hopefully we'll get more inventory coming on the market in a big way really soon. And here you can see this on a graph, the new listings. I mean, look how far down we are. 2022 was very similar. With 2021, we had a lot more listings. Now, pending sales was very similar, pretty similar trend once we got to, say, September of the previous year, and then obviously totally different story over in 2021. And this is a result of those high interest rates. So let's go down and look at our closed sales. That's been pretty flat since from November to December, and the amount of closed sales I would expect should start shooting up here in January. And here's the graph for the total market time. You can see this is a very seasonal kind of graph, but this year it's definitely significantly raised compared to where we had been the last couple of years. And here's our average and median sales price. Here's the median sales price right here in the blue. And you can see we're just kind of squiggling along here. December 2023 right at the end. And here's June right here. Here's our peak right here, June 2023. And so you can see from June, it just like a slow kind of decline, and it got pretty flat here through the winter so far. And if you look back at December 2022, that was the bottom of the market, which I feel like we're probably at the bottom right now. Actually, I would say we're definitely at the bottom because the market has already starting to pick up. So I don't see prices coming down anymore. You can see that very pronounced last year, and then it started to shoot up pretty quickly. So I have the feeling it's going to be something very similar to what we saw last year, with prices starting to come back up, starting to rebound very quickly. And let's look here at our average price per square foot. And you can see we're pretty close to the $300 mark price per square foot. It's been slowly coming down, pretty steady, really steady decline here until here we are right here, a little above 300. And then I would expect that to probably start to come up in January, if not February. And let's not forget about Southwest Washington. So here we go, Clark County, that's Camas and Vancouver right here. You can see the median sales price in there has been pretty steady over the last year. whereas Portland has seen a way bigger dip here in our prices over the last year. All right, and here are total active listings. And here we are again in the orange, 4,800 listings active in December. And if you're in the condo market, now's a great time to buy a condo. The winter always is. Now you can see the inventory, the amount of active and closed is way down. So our inventory in condos, has been coming down in the winter, but that means things have been sitting longer. So if you're interested in buying a condo, honestly, over the last few years, it's been a great time to buy a condo because there's way, way more demand in buying a detached home in the Portland area. So if you're in the market for a condo, whether you're buying in December or in the summer, there's going to be more competition in the summer than the December always, but it's going to be way easier to buy a condo here than it is to buy a home. All right, let's scroll up here to our area market report and let's get a quick look. Now let's scroll up here to our area market report and let's look over here. You can see North Portland, Northeast Portland. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. If you guys want to copy this, go ahead and reach out to me and I'd be happy to send it over to you, or give me a call, shoot me an email, and I'd be happy to discuss the specific neighborhoods that you guys are looking into. Now let's look at this column over here, the average sales price percent change. And here is something very interesting. I've mentioned it before, but if you look, we're minus 7.6% in North Portland, Northeast minus 1.7%, minus 6.2% in Southeast, Gresham minus 4.9%, Milwaukee minus 3.5%, Oregon City minus 1.6%, Lake Oswego, Westland up almost 6%, and it keeps going down here. West Portland down almost 6%, and on and on and on. Beaverton down 2%, Hillsborough down 1.4%. So what you can tell is that Lake Oswego and Westland really has held their value this last year, when almost every other neighborhood has definitely had a price adjustment since last year. It's cheaper to buy in almost every neighborhood in Portland compared to last year, except for Lake Oswego and Westland, where it's gone up almost 6%. That's the market report for December 2023. I hope you guys have found some useful information in this. And again, if you guys are looking to buy or sell here come the springtime, reach out to me. I can't help you if you don't reach out. So my information's right down there in the description area, or here's my phone number. Go ahead and reach out, give me a call. And if you're moving from out of state, definitely reach out way ahead of time so I can put some time on my calendar so we can meet over coffee or look at a few properties in some different neighborhoods that you're interested in. All right, guys, I'll see you next month.